Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your support, honored by your support. We are going to be super successful this year. This is New Year's Day, so Asymmetrical Preparedness is going to do awesome this year. We are going to do really well. We're going to do all positive things, and it's going to be fun. So this is Preparedness Self-Assessment. Since we're going into a new year, there's some things to think about, some things to look at. A lot of different things. And I would suggest doing this either annually or semi-annually. Kind of reassessing your position. Where am I at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can I improve upon? What have I done well as a motivation, right? We got to stay motivated. Your strengths and weaknesses. What skills did you gain this past year or this past 6 months from your last assessment? What haven't you done as well? What did you plan on doing during that time period but then not accomplish? And why? Did you just not prioritize it? Did you not have time? Or is it just not able to happen? Because that happens. You know, we don't meet all of our goals. But how can you plan better then to look ahead for what you need to do? What skills do you need? Do you feel that are vital to your survival? Prepping is living insurance, right? You guys like that saying, so do I. It's true. It's not life insurance because life insurance is actually death insurance. This is living insurance. So what skills do we need that will help us live and thrive in any adverse situation, whether it be natural disaster, man-made disaster, collapse, whatever it might be? What do we need? These are things we need to think about. We need to analyze ourselves. We need to be real with ourselves. We need to be honest with ourselves, our capabilities, our abilities, and our storage stuff. What do we have? How much food storage do you have? Realistically, look at it, analyze it. How long can me and my family, or however many people you're feeding, live on just food storage? I'm not talking about garden production, food production, just your food storage. And analyze weak areas. Hopefully you guys have, lists, you have databases, whatever it is, that keep track of your preps so that you can look and you can see everything. What do I have? How much rolled gauze do I have? How much rolled gauze am I going to need? I'll tell you what, if you got several traumatic situations, you're going to need all the rolled gauze and or hemostatic gauze. Trust me, you go through gauze like crazy. Same with, 91%, 90% alcohol. If you can find it, I found some at Walmart yesterday. 91%, got 2 of them. Things like that. What can you do? What's your water situation like? How have you improved it? What can you do to improve it? There's just a lot of little things to think about. Look at it. Basically, it's just looking at what you have done. What can you do better? Not don't worry and don't fret on your failures or your maybe small successes. Just think ahead to how many successes you're going to have. We can make this a good year. We can do everything. Security. What improvements have you made? What improvements do you feel you need to make? And how can you go about that? How can you fit that into your budget, into your time frame, into your life? Weaknesses. What are your vulnerabilities? Do a vulnerability assessment of your property, of your house, of your area. What threats are there? What avenues of approach are there to your property? What kind of natural delay or denial features do you have? Like these blackberry bushes are tall enough and thick enough back there. That is a denial feature for security. Nobody's coming through there without making a bunch of noise. I mean, they could cut through there, but then I would know they're there, right? In all intents and purposes, this whole thing behind me is a denial feature. Nobody's coming through there because I know I've been through some nasty crap in the military, on mission and doing things, and I know that you take the worst avenue of approach, the least likely, so that you can stay under the radar, right? Yes. But even I wouldn't go through that. And I've been through some nasty stuff. So it's one of those things. Blackberry bushes, you can plant them. May not want to, here they grow, they take over everything. I mean, you may not want the situation I'm in. I have to trim them back and cut them like crazy all the time, or they'll take over everything I own. Anyway, armor. Do you have body armor? Do you need body armor? Do you feel you need body armor? I would recommend, why not have some? You never know when you're going to need it. This is what prepping is. You never know. What about freedom seeds? What about the status of your pews? What kind of stuff do you need there? What kind of tactical equipment do you need? I tend to gravitate to that side of things, but there's a lot more to prepping, as we know. What about training, tactical training? Have you gotten any? Do you need any? Well, everybody needs some, trust me. No matter how good you are, you still need some. You still need to keep that current, because firearm skills and fighting skills are some of the most perishable skills there are. If you don't train on them, you're going to lose that ability. You may still have the basic ability, but you're not really going to be that good. Fitness. Is your fitness better or worse since your last assessment? If it's due to injury or something like that you can't control, then yeah, I get it. But how are we going to bounce back? How are you going to bounce back? How are you going to improve your fitness? My prep of the day today was a 100 push-up challenge. Do challenges like that. 100 push-ups a day, 100 sit-ups a day, whatever it may be. 5-mile run a day, walk a day, whatever it is. Challenge yourself, push yourself, improve your fitness in any way you possibly can. Diet. How about diet? Is your diet better or worse? How can you improve it? I think we should all be eating healthy, whole, natural foods, the way God created it. Growing our own food, raising our own animals. Eating meat, eating vegetables, eating fruits. Processed stuff? No. Try to eliminate that as much as possible. What about your medical or your dental condition? Has that improved or degraded? And what can you do about that? Are you on top of things? Are you on top of your checkups? Are you on top of all the stuff you need? Are you on top of your medications? Have you been refilling them as often as you can, even if you have extras to put them in food storage? What have you been doing? How can you improve? Comms, communications. What have you done? And here's another thing. It's just another topic. What have you done? What can you do better? How can you improve? Have you gotten your ham license yet? If you haven't, go for it. Group. Your MAG, your mutual assistance group, your family, whatever you want to call it. Your prepper group. How many people do you have in it now? Do you have any? Have you started? Quality, not quantity, though, is what I would recommend. And then have you guys talked about SOPs, your standard operating procedures. Those are if this happens, we do this. What if, then this. Those kind of things. War game and plan out as much as you can so that you have these procedures, these plans, these bylaws, these rules, these laws, whatever you want to call them, in place so that you guys know and you guys can react instead of trying to figure it out when it happens. You don't want to be doing that. Bug out. Locations, routes, caches en route, all these kind of things. What have you improved? What can you improve on? Etc. Preps, survival equipment, wilderness survival equipment, tarps, ferro rods, matches, lighters, cordage, all the things, tools, all the etc. things that don't really fall into food storage or medical. They fall into what I call the etc. category. How is that? What do you need to improve upon that category? One I didn't write down, I just popped in my mind, hygiene. What do you have for hygiene? Do you have bars of soap in your preps? Do you have feminine hygiene products? Do you have scissors? Do you have razors? Do you have nail clippers? All these kind of things. Yeah. So, and the last thing is, and I feel is one of the most important things, how can you make prepping more fun? Because the more fun you make prepping, then the better you'll be at it, the less burnout you'll get, and it'll just be more fun. It'll be more enjoyable. So I think that's a big deal, is making prepping fun. Doing things like gardening and running around here and doing the things, playing patrol out in here, those are fun. I have fun with my kids doing it, so make it fun for whatever your interests are. Biking, canoeing, camping, fishing, hunting, almost anything can be turned somewhat into a prepper thing. But anyway, I encourage you guys to move forward, to always be improving yourselves, analyze what you've done, like I said, and think about what you can do to be better. How can you better budget your money? How can you better budget your time to make more happen, to be more prepared, so you have more living insurance? I love you guys. Please be prepping a little every day, even if it's something simple like the 100 push-up challenge. I love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.